Hopeless romantics of Reddit, how do you cope with being single? Recently I've made a concerted effort to replace any negative self-talk about being single, with positive talk. It's easy for me to fall into the cycle of, what's wrong with me? I'll be alone forever. I'm ugly and boring. So whenever those thoughts start to crop up, I forcefully replace them with, I'm a good person, I'm complete, funny. It sounds dumb, but if you had a friend that was constantly putting you down and insulting you, you would never want to hang out with that person again. Denial. I'll find my person soon enough, till then I'll just keep trucking. Anger. WTF, why is everyone around me in a relationship? WTF. Bargaining. Tinder can't be that bad. Can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. Depression. Gong. Tinder. What a dumpster fire. Where do you even go to meet people nowadays? I'm gonna die alone. And acceptance. I'll find my person soon enough, till then I'll just keep trucking. Wait a minute, I basically don't. It tears me up inside every day and keeps me up at night. 8 years of medical bullshit, 3 bouts with cancer has made it next to impossible to date. Even now there's a girl I'd like to ask out, but I caught some kind of virus 2 weeks ago and it's robbed me of all the weight I put back. I'm tracked with guilt for not marrying my college sweetheart, even though I know it was fully logical at the time. I'm devastated all the time, trying to enjoy the little romantic moments in my life, alone. Sometimes it's not easy, and sometimes it's not possible. But some things that I do alone and that bring me some romance: coffee while reading, or watching a favorite movie, cooking a nice meal, burning a candle, and decorating your house in a way that makes you feel good. Wine in a rainy day bundled up in a blanket, binge watching LOTR. I gave up looking, started to enjoy life instead of feeling hard done by all the time. Got myself a dog, and she changed my life. I feel like I wasn't mature enough for a relationship and so never pursued one. My pup changed all of that, and a few months later I found someone who I really do love. Don't give up altogether, just give up worrying about it. Find something you like doing and focus in on that for a while. Gaming, writing, art, whatever you enjoy. Once you stop worrying about being single, your confidence rises at least a little, and that's what will gain you some attention. The biggest issue is feeling you can do that with almost anything, really. I suppose you sometimes have to deal with singleness. It's about learning to love yourself and the world around you, and accepting you cannot control people or the fate. People come and go, and sometimes even those that promise till death do us part leave us for a microscopic lung virus. Not single, but a hopeless romantic nonetheless, and not getting much in that way at home, so I cry a lot and work out and distract myself with YouTube and my kids. Most of the time I do feel single, which is worse when you're with someone. Enjoy being single. I treat myself well. I have movie nights, reading nights, I buy myself flowers, and sometimes I order a takeout and light candles at the table. I also buy myself little things, a lip gloss, etc., and act super surprised when it arrives. Smiley face. I'm too busy and tired for romance. Yet it keeps finding me these days. It wasn't always like this. Sometimes I think, it's good to remind yourself that romance can just spontaneously appear in your life, when you least expect it. Being single is not something you cope with if you decide to keep it that way. You avoid major things. Being cheated on, unwanted fights, stress and all that other stuff. Been there. Had enough of that. No more. I believe now I have to become the best of myself, focusing on my career, making good for my family and all, so when I do find love, I'd be able to give the quality of life they need whenever they ask me to. Fall in love with the twisting energies around you. The light of dawn will not forsake you. Become a vessel of the light, and allow its purpose to be fulfilled through your otherwise meaningless human body. I got the most handsome dog I could find. Now we're best buddies and I don't give a shit. Oh, and weed. He can sniff it out. Who needs romance when you have a sniffer dog, to find you friends instead? Smiley face. I tell myself I'm not ready. My friend still offers emotional comfort on the rare occasion that I need it. As far as I see, I'm of no use to anyone if all I have to offer is very occasional affection. Dating myself, I take myself to dinner, on fun activities, treat myself to wine, and even buy myself plants I don't like, flowers, say a sweet thing to myself, and give myself great orgasms. There's a Dawes song, The Way You Laugh, with the line, "True lovers always end up lonely, because they know how good it can feel." When you wrap your head around that one, let me know. Sometimes, if I'm really, really bored, I'll play head games with the outrageous amount of scammers here to waste their time. Then intentionally piss them off by calling them out. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, Smiley face. I just, imaginary relationship with fictional character and the knowledge that actual relationships are kind of annoying and inconvenient most of the time. I am not worried or sad that I am single. It's just that I think I am not mature for relationships. I am 16. I think teenagers are stupid, fantasize about people I'm interested in. Delude myself in thinking I have a chance, but not do anything about it to keep up the facade. I remember it didn't work out well last time and that's why I choose to remain single rather than engage in all that stress again. I just hope for the best and try my hand at socializing with women. Eventually I'll find someone when I am ready. Taking in the natural beauty of the world, or staying at home in a pitch black room talking to myself. At this point, it's not even something I cope with anymore. It's just my natural state of being. I read Fall in Love with Men written by women because fictional characters are better anyways. Crying face. Gaming, watching Netflix, listening to music. Literally the most basic things imaginable. Because of being a hopeless romantic, being single is necessary after traumatic breakup. I just do my collecting and feel alone all the time. I try, but I often fail. Writing music, going for walks, gaming. How well it's working, but I get by at least. Part of being hopelessly romantic is learning how to treat yourself romantically. I pray a lot, and try to remember that it's important to love myself first. Realizing the problem is you and knowing it will never be fixed, so give up. By listening to Hayden, I ball it up, push it down, and hope to forget about it for a few hours. Romantic songs and believing that someone out there is there for me too. Pretty much work myself to death at work. And on weekends, video games. By picking up a gambling addiction, everything else became secondary. A lot of sex with strangers, video games, taking my pigeon on walks. I hug my pillow when I sleep and take melatonin to pass out faster. Work on myself, in every aspect. One thing I won't do, settle. I've accepted that there are no more hopeless romantics out there. I just prefer listening sad music in a dark lonely room. Well, become at peace with the word hopeless in the phrase. Reading romance novels all the freaking time and daydream. Subconsciously convincing myself that I don't need someone. Playing Sims and daydreaming while I listen to music. Hug that pillow until if it had eyes they'd pop out. Smoke and drink to the point of not feeling anymore.